maybe, almost, eventually. It's gonna happen. We are live. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Battle Arena. This is Ugly Tuco, joined tonight by Santana Champagne and Cager, right? Yeah?
Hey, yo.
I remember.
Cager's the new blood. We're harassing him a lot. So
True that.
If you have complaints, please send them to Cager. That is Cager in the League of Legends client. Thank you, and we appreciate it.
I love everyone.
So welcome back. This is the last and final game Battle Arena for the night. Once these are over, we usually have them uploaded to the YouTube channel, the Trinity Force Network YouTube channel, in around 3 hours, if I'm on top of my game. So, yeah, you can always go back and look at them there. Would you like to take away the rules and everything, Santana?
Sure, we can start from the very top. This is run by the Trinity Force Network, so one of the most important things we look for when you guys play these games is that you have fun. So if for whatever reason somebody is flaming, if there's some toxicity going on, you know, or just something nasty happening and you're not enjoying yourself, please let us know. Screenshot it, send it to feedback@trinityforcepodcast.com, or send it to Tuco or myself. We will take care of that. And just try and enjoy yourself the best you can. 2, no voice comms, so no Skype, no TeamSpeak, no Dolby Accent, no aimed video chat. I guess that was a thing. We try to emulate a solo queue environment as best as we can, so even if you could duo with somebody, you still shouldn't use voice comm in this, because this is a true random teammate kind of thing. 3, no Smurfs. We want to keep this for our golds and below, so they can have a similar play experience. So if you are caught smurfing, not only will you be banned from Battle Arena, but also future Trinity Force events. So please keep those Smurfs to your normal leveling up experiences. And 4th and final, no target bans. So you wouldn't be able to target ban in a normal solo queue game unless you are top 20 challenger, when you know the people you're playing against constantly. You guys are in gold and below, and that's like 50-60% of the league population, so there's very little chance you're going to be able to target ban. So can't do it in a solo queue game, can't do it here. And that's all I got. So let's break down these picks and bans.
So it looks like blue sides banned out Darius, Mordekaiser, Riven to the, new Mordekaiser, Juggernaut. And Riven seems to be, we had a strong Riven game last time, so maybe that's kind of some leftover from there.
Maybe. She is, if you go and look at her statistics, though, she is up there at win rate right now. She's pretty strong. I think she's at like 52.5 or 53%. It's something crazy for a champion that people kind of wrote off not too long ago as not being viable unless you're like a main. So it's really interesting to look at.
Nice. And then on purple team, we have Fiora, Gangplank, and Teemo.
Somebody doesn't like playing against Teemo.
Someone's a top lane main. Yeah.
I like playing against Teemo as a top laner, though. It's fun. You just Jace killed them.
Looks like we got the new Kindred picked for purple side as first pick.
Oh, I don't know about ADC Kindred. It's better than I've seen lane Kindred, so I will give it that much. Because at least with bot lane Kindred, you're able to alternate marks. At least you're allowed to alternate marks, right? You just can't mark the same person twice, correct?
I have no idea. All I know is that I was upset to learn that her ult makes sure people on both sides don't die, and I was really upset to learn that.
Yeah, it's not true Shallow Grave, but it's still a very strong ability.
Yeah.
But if I'm correct, let me just double check.
I wonder if he's gonna stay with the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Stay with the clairvoyance though. Like I'm not.
No, he always flips those last second. He always does that. We tend not to talk about summoners until it actually goes through, because people do troll us with summoners sometimes, or they just last minute change.
But yeah, I think we mentioned this on the first game, is that kind of hot and cold with the Kindred players right now. I haven't seen anything too particularly amazing, and I haven't seen anything just god-awful yet. It's kind of just been mediocre at best. I've mainly seen Kindred in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about Botlane Kindred is if they're shoving up, she can get Scuttle Crab control, and Wolf marks that. She can, like I said, it does look like you can just alternate champions. It doesn't look like there's a restriction on that. So it can always be on a support or the ADC in the lane. You can get stacked that way. It's going to be really hard to get stacks for her.
Yeah.
And her build path's a lot weaker, I think, as a laner instead of jungle. Because you don't get the free armor pen from Warrior Enchant.
Yeah, I feel like if she's gonna go anywhere in lane, it's mid lane might be the best because it allows her to actually probably go out and get stacks. Yeah.
Into Vayne though, this could be okay. Her range Vayne's short range will allow Kindred to kind of not free farm, but be able to farm easier than say if they picked a Varus or Caitlyn. But we can look at the other lanes. Anivia has been rising back to power. You could say it's a rebirth for the Phoenix, except she's not a Phoenix. She's like a Cryo Phoenix. Mainly because with the meta being in a state right now where there's a lot of Veigar and Diana popularity, she's a very safe pick because she can't get one shot with her passive, and she just has pretty good wave clear. We're seeing that, but we see her with teleport more than barrier. I don't like barrier on Anivia.
I mean, it's kind of situational. I think user dependent, but like I like what you said about the APs kind of like this that are coming into popularity, like the Anivia and Azir, kind of the zoning strong AP laners that kind of are able to position around a team fight and put their abilities in between their team, the person's team and the enemy team.
Yep. But you have to. I think one of the things in Champ Select is you have to recognize what you're laning against. And you're laning against the Diana here. While Diana can take Ignite, more often than not she's taking TP because one, she's a great split pusher, and two, it allows her to have really good TP ganks. She's probably one of the best ones out of mid lane to use that. So you just kind of have to counteract that. That's okay though. We won't harp on that too much, but you could see a lot of 5-man bot lane fights here coming out of purple.
Yeah.
But rounding out blue team's composition, we have Wukong, Jarvan, and Janna. The old Janna Jarvan combo Nambo.
There's actually quite a bit of. I feel like there is quite a bit of synergy between them.
Really? I mean, Jarvan ults and then you just
the Jarvan
blow
ult
the
could
guy away.
prevent Wukong from doing a good ult, but it could also secure a good ult. It could work both ways. Jarvan Walls provides something for Vayne to condemn against, and Jarvan Wall plus Anivia Wall can really inhibit enemy team movement. But
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the Janna pick.
Yeah.
I feel like the other team's just gonna be in the air the whole entire time.
I mean, well, I also disagree with the Leona pick into Janna. Now, if Leona gets on Janna, yeah, that's great. But realistically, if the Janna plays correctly, Leona should never be able to touch her team.
No, she'll just tornado you away before you.
Outside of 6, where Leona can just like ult you.
Yeah.
And then we have Lee Sin coming out.
Hopefully, he can make something happen early.
Warrior buffs help him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 extra AD is really nice. And then Diana and Nasus. So Nasus versus Wukong is
It's an interesting lane.
Not a common lane we see very much.
Yeah, I've played it before as the Wukong, never as the Nasus.
I feel like Wukong definitely has more kill pressure in this lane early,
he does.
But what I'd like to see out of Nasus, and I think we've had Nasus multiple times in this, and I've said it multiple times, is go back and get an early Glacial Shroud, and then just sit and stack you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get your 950, maybe like 1,000 for pots, some wards or something, and then just come back in lane. Like start Claw 5, go back with your 650 plus some, get some more pots, some wards in your Glacial, and at that point just farm with Q, and that's the lane.
Yeah. Well,
without jungle pressure, that's the lane.
As scary as a farmed Nasus is, a farmed Wukong is also pretty frightening.
His team fight presence is much stronger than Nasus, I agree.
Yeah. It's
Well, even Wukong can solo a Nasus, especially if he picks up armor penetration early and he
mhm.
gets through that.
Yeah.
If you're able to chunk out a little bit of health before you do your all in, you can definitely all in a Nasus.
I think out of red team, what we're gonna see a lot of is this 1-3-1 with Nasus Diana splitting, and then the problem I have with that is they really don't have any wave clear unless we see something like a Hurricane out of Kindred, which I've seen and I think is god awful, but
Yeah, that Anivia wave clear is gonna be.
it's gonna be
Oh
really hard
man.
to push her in. Yeah, Diana.
How the only way? I guess
This is a rough matchup for Diana for the most part
it
because
is.
Diana's strong point right now is her all in it. She could be behind, and as soon as she dings 6, she can almost instantly kill the mid laner just because of how her stats are right now. But with Anivia, you can't do that, especially with Barrier on top of her passive. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
And please don't build Nashers. I was talking about this last game. Nashers is not usually what you want on Diana, and it seems like, oh, it's a great item for Diana. You get your attack speed, you get that on-hit damage.
But Skara builds it.
Star isn't a good Diana player anymore. Sorry to break it to you folks. There's one of two ways you can build Diana. That I see you can build Diana. You can go something like Luden's Deathcap Void Staff and go for the one-shot potential. Also, it adds move speed into your kit, which you normally don't get to have because you're not. You can build Lichbane, but usually don't build that to like 5th item. The extra move speed is really nice off Luden's, and it just gives you straight burst potential. Or, which is probably what we're going to see in this case, is something Abyssal into Zhonya's. You get in the fight, do your first combo, and then Zhonya's, and hope the rest of your team can back you up there. Some Leona ult, Nasus getting in there and whatnot. I just don't think Nashers is really good on her.
I think Lichbane is pretty good.
Lichbane's
Maybe.
good. You need, but the problem is you need Zhonya's and Void Staff before Lichbane, and if
Yeah,
you go
yeah. I
Death
agree.
Cap as well, it makes it a hard buy.
Yeah, and then maybe even Void Staff to top that off.
You,
So
yeah, Void Staff is like your
yeah, I see what
either
you're saying. Yeah.
third or 4th item depending. So let's get loaded here and hope we can see some item purchases.
All right, we're in. We're in, boys.
Doran's 2. Looks like Diana's actually. Did she take move speed? Or she? No, she's in defense. Okay. Pretty standard buys here.
Yeah.
Coin from Janna, Relic
Yep.
Shield from Leona. Yep.
Now, one thing Wukong is you can back at 115. Wait the extra 2 or 3 seconds after minion spawn and get a 4th pot if you so choose. You will make it to lane with your minions as well.
Yep.
So it's for people that start Flask a lot, that is something you can do. You just be with your team until about 115 or so, and then you can back for that 4th extra pot if you want a mana or health pot. Looks like we have an invade coming in here.
Oh, it's a pretty sneaky one.
So 3-man invade.
This
Kill
this
potential.
This is interesting because normally, like red side, if you're going to invade, this is the side to do it. Usually your top laner should come through and sit here and watch it to make sure this doesn't happen, or ward preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
But they already got in here. Oh, Diana, where are you going? She has no idea.
Nope. What? No.
What? I don't...
I think that's just coincidence.
It has to be, yeah.
Minions have spawned.
So it looks like they're going to end up getting a successful red steal here. And Lee Sin's not going to know. Now, one thing you can tell is bot lane, if you see laner not show up, if bot lane doesn't leash, that means top or jungle started top side, which means you should expect a gank much sooner than normal.
Yeah.
Let's keep that in mind.
Anivia coming out of the sideline here. That was a weird move by Diana. Huh.
He's debating if she wants to show it. I don't.
I think that's okay.
Diana. Yeah, I don't think that's bad either. You might actually see a level 2 gank here.
I think she got the XP for both. Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that
No,
does
we were
give
talking
him-
about if Nivea showing from side bush would have given away red
Yeah,
buff.
here comes that level 2 gank top lane from Jarvan
Yup.
with
this
red
is-
buff. Oh, why did he go that way? Why didn't he come up from
Yeah,
behind?
why he Jarvan, you should have looped around. But now
Yeah, by the-
Nasus is in a really bad spot, and he's gonna do it again.
He's gonna do it again.
I like
He
it.
should just go. He should just go. Minions aren't there.
Oh man, he does have a minion advantage, but that's
But
it.
he walked away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's first blood. Didn't have to burn flash there, I don't think.
Very nice job there.
And,
And
and
Nasus completely did not respect that at all.
yep. Well, you burn flash and you walk back up the wave. Don't say really. Like,
I don't think that really is necessary. But I mean, you burned your
Yep,
flash.
burned flash and didn't leave. Also, if Wukong can just freeze this wave,
Oh man, that sets Nessus behind a lot. It looks like he can still
So-
freeze it.
So it looks like since they saw Jarvan sitting up top, they're gonna go
Yeah,
in for this
Lee's
red
gonna-
steal,
yeah, Lee's gonna come in.
which is fine. I mean,
Oh, if we look at bot lane, we actually see. I don't know what happened there. Vayne DC'd or what? Nope. Just behind a bunch in CS, just not wanting to walk up in
Did
CS.
they lose a trade hard or something? Is
No,
that why
they're at
being
full
so
health.
Careful?
Nope, they're at full health. They're just waiting. I think he's gotta be.
There's gotta be something going
There's
on.
a pause. Mouse.
We'll get
Okay.
some pause music.
That was weird because I'm like, Vayne's not CSing, and these are some pretty easy ones to pick up.
she was listening. No, that was a good call on the pause.
Yeah, you guys, if something's up like that, just let your team know and pauses can come
Yep.
through.
One of the benefits of Battle Arena is we do tournament draft mode.
Just
Pauses
for
are
that.
great. Yep. Let's see here. Where do you? So Lee Sin hasn't grabbed that red buff yet, or is he taking it right now?
He
He's
is literally
taking-
on top of it.
Okay, so Jarvan probably won't get there in time, right?
Yeah, and even if he does,
Please
I
three.
wouldn't contest it. Yeah, I would just
Yeah.
let it go. Get the
looks like
kill.
we're resuming.
Get the
We'll
kill.
actually flip over there. Yeah,
Oh, he's low, but
and Jarvan kills both pots. He hasn't popped one yet. If Lee actually wants to, he could go and kill him right now.
He could, yeah.
He hits a Q.
It'd be a little
He-
bit risky
yeah.
considering Anivia has a little bit more priority in lane. Diana wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to help at all because she's low on health. But yeah.
yeah. Take that
Oh,
low one.
Diana, don't walk straight back when Anivia throws Q at her. It's a
Serpentine.
slow-moving projectile. Just go ahead and walk to the sides.
Just think
If you-
Serpentine.
Yeah. Well, not even serpentine against that. Just like literally pick a side and walk.
So good pings coming in from the jungler to show he's ganking. Looks like they're backing off right away.
As much as I
Um,
don't know about Kindred, that wolf and art animation is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Alright, so Wukong looks like he's successfully frozen from his lane, but it looks like he's kind of losing trades.
Well, he hasn't bought yet either off that first blood gold.
And he's behind in CS, which is a little confusing.
He's
Just
been
gank
missing
in
a
middle.
lot.
Oh, flash.
Yep. Also, this Diana's been missing a lot of CS too. So both you guys, Wukong, Diana, I think everybody actually. These are pretty low CS numbers. All into bot lane though. Kindred took a tower shot.
Ooh,
took two
that tower shot.
Oh,
They can keep going on
yeah,
that.
that's.
Or they could
Vayne-
just do
Vayne
CS.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
That works.
Gotta watch tower ranges, guys.
Action all over this map.
Nasus actually gets us pushed in, but yeah, everybody needs to just work on their CS things.
Mm-hmm.
So invade from Lee Sin here. Like he's looking for something.
He's trying to get in the jungle, but he's just not seeing anything.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better if he focused. Well, it's really hard for him to focus lanes, to tell the truth. That most of them are pushed up, except for mid and.
Well, mid's pushed up too, and the
Yeah,
problem
now
is
it is,
it's
yeah.
a Nivea.
Yeah. He's got his bot side jungle though, and Scuttle's up on that side too, so
He should really use these wards to help out his mid lane, because mid has to play super back because she doesn't have flash, and it's costing her to miss a lot of CS, as we see.
Yeah.
Because if she walks up, Jarvan can just come in. Because now we've got an almost 10
Oh,
CS lead.
that Janna moved up way too far.
Doesn't look like it's gonna cost her though.
No. Oh, it took
And
another
again-
power shot. Jeez.
So, and there's the all-in. Does he have enough? There's the flash. No! Diana lives with 9 HP.
Calculated. Oh, it looks like the jungler's about to meet here at the scuttle. It's a party.
Yeah, and there's...
Lee's
got
gonna
no
win
health.
this every time, I feel like.
Yep, and he's... But Anivia's coming with no mana. Oh, good knock-up.
Oh, one more auto. Oh!
The stun! Good!
Nice.
Oh, the stun would have hit if we didn't ward hop there.
Yeah, that was a really good ward hop. That was impressive.
He had no idea the Anivia was there, but still, it was nice gap close.
That's a
Intuition.
teleport coming in from Diana to get this CS.
Yeah, she can shove. She should shove this in 100%. Oh, you could have used that minion to get that in.
Yeah.
It looks like we are gonna see Abyssal here. With the, just keep autoing. Yeah, shove this in. Nivea doesn't have TP. Get it reset. Yeah, she missed. She missed like all of those. All right, yeah, that's just something you have to work on. I won't harp on it anymore, but. Yep. Oh,
Yeah, bot.
good catch by the Leona.
Looks like they aren't quite able to finish.
Yeah, not
that.
able. Vayne, I don't know where you were going.
Yeah, did she go up to ward or?
You
I
could
think-
get caught out
she-
here again.
I think Vayne went to go pink ward.
Huh.
Yeah, she had a pink ward and she went and placed it in that bush.
Yeah, if your laner's not with you, there's no reason you should be up.
Yeah.
Especially if the wave's pushing towards
Yeah.
you. Gotta
So
be
now
careful.
we're gonna see the CS lead build even bigger.
Keep him in that circle. Yeah, apply the damage.
Nasus actually hasn't backed. He hasn't bought since.
Yeah,
He
I'm
didn't
really
buy in his-
confused as how he's 11 CS up.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, dude, he
Burns
walked by your
barrier, at
ward. Did he
least.
not see the ward? He did not see Lee Sin coming in.
And well, Diana gets passive, but is gonna die to Jarvan.
He had a pink ward, and it didn't help. He didn't pay attention to it.
Oh, and Lee gets the kick in the tower, so Nasus can get the kill there.
I think he might be a bit behind.
Diana, you just can't. You baited barrier. After that, you should have got out. Because you just can't. The Nivea passive allows her to do that, where she can just.
They are trying
Fight.
so hard to go all in bot lane, and they just can't seal
That was
the
a-
deal.
Really good NATO by John at the end
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I agree.
No coffee for Leona tonight. It's for closers only.
Wow. Alright, Tico with the clips.
Yeah. Classic.
So yep, there we see the Glacial Shroud in for Nasus, as well as some Merc Treads. I don't know if I would agree with the Merc Treads there.
Wait, who got Merc Treads?
Nasus.
No.
Does Wukong have a slow?
No. It's not gonna help with the knockup. It'll help
mean,
with
it'll
the
help in
Nivea
the-
stun, but
And Gianna slow, but you probably should just get boots and then more armor for this lane.
yeah.
Or you know, I like Iceborne Gauntlet a lot because it lets me stick on people.
Yeah, and
If
if
you
you're
wanna
looking
Sheena,
for
if you don't wanna
more,
get
if you're looking for more CDR, you can just get Spirit Visage right afterwards.
Yeah, if you don't want to get Trinity Force.
Yeah.
So Nivea's coming up to the top
Oh.
on this fight.
Like,
I see that. Nasus is actually in a bad spot.
oh man.
I think Wukong could have ulted there, but
Oh,
Maybe it was too
Nasus
far.
Gotta run. He'll be fine. This Anivia room's actually not going to do much. Diana should just be shoving in.
I don't think Wukong has used any of his pots.
No, he bought more.
His his crystalline flask.
Yeah, he could just be popping that right
yeah,
now.
he needs to pop that earlier when he was at half health.
Meanwhile, bot lane, we see Shallow Grave
Oh.
doing work, kind of.
so yeah,
Oh.
Kindred popped her ult, but I think she
Oh,
is gonna
we've
die
seen
anyway and
that.
got out of it, and then died to a Vayne.
And there's
Auto.
the Vayne double kill. Yup.
Are you guys? What time stamp are you at?
Oh, sorry, I'm like 8 seconds behind. I am live now.
All right.
I'm 11:21.
Sounds
I'm
alright.
11-21 now.
Alright.
Oh, but see, Diana burned passive earlier
Oh, wow.
and gets the Anivia.
That
Wukong
shield
still got
was
his
a
ult.
little early. Oh.
Can't.
TP.
He can go back in. He can turn around and go in and ult.
I don't know
But-
if he can.
Yeah, he can.
There it is.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's Diana. You have to back off there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was a good read. I mean, as much as her fault for not being able to back off, it was his good play for realizing that he could go in and get that.
So essentially what we saw is Diana traded or proccing Anivia passive earlier and giving up a kill there for a kill there,
Yeah.
but then gave up another one just by not respecting that. It looks like Red Team's gonna get
tornadoes
dragon.
count. No Jaina tornadoes
The flash?
Oh,
count. Oh, that was
Interesting.
probably unnecessary. She had tornado up, I believe.
well, Leona has ult though.
Oh.
So
I mean, I could suggest holding on to flash until you see the Leona ult, but yeah.
yeah, she's also by herself too.
Mm-hmm.
Vayne with the 12-minute Bork here.
Yeah, I'm looking at vision right now. Blue team doesn't really. They have some
No.
around dragon, but they don't really have anything else out.
It looks like Jarvan's gonna get a sights down here though.
That'd be good.
Especially on if you're a jugger or I always want to call it juggernaut. If you're a Cinder Hulk jungler, you should be getting sights down early, maybe even before your Cinder Hulk because it provides more early vision. Diana going in,
Whoa.
that Anivia damage. Do you have R? She's got R.
Nice stun.
And the stun.
Oh!
But she got passive up again. See, this is the problem with this Anivia pick, or this Diana pick into well Anivia counter pick.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this matchup.
Yeah, it's hard when you're a burst champion and the champion you're fighting has a second life.
Yup.
Ouch. Wukong just took a whole bunch of damage there, but he should be able to heal most of that back up, and I feel like he could go
He's got
all in.
ult. Yeah, he's got ult. He could definitely do some work here.
Nasus-
But Nasus is just gonna back.
Yeah.
And this is good that Wukong's shoving, seeing him backing.
He still hasn't used any of his flash charges though. I mean, he has a blue buff. He had a blue buff,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
but
Driving on bottom again.
yeah. Wukong, you should have that Nasus TP time. Good flash QE by Jarvan. And that's gonna be a dead Kindred.
Is it? Is it?
Oh, against the tower.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, and Janna with the kill steal.
She did a good job there. Almost pulled it off.
Yeah. So we see a Vayne snowball game.
Jarvan's doing a lot of work on this bottom
Yeah,
lane.
Jarvan has been providing so much for his team.
Looks like we might see another gank mid here from Lee Sin, but Wukong is roaming quite a bit. He's shoving Nasus under turret and
2-level disadvantage.
Oh. oh,
Good Q by Diana though. That was actually a good play by everybody. Whoa, whoa, Diana. Oh gosh.
and Anivia's out of mana.
Yeah, I mean, but still, that could
She's
have.
got a tier and a catalyst, so she won't be out of mana for long.
And blue
but-
buffs up too, so she'll grab that here in a
Yeah.
second.
Is there a way I can check Kindred's stacks?
Yeah, you should just click on her and
Or,
should
uh,
be
80.
back.
Mark of the Kindred. She's completed 0 hunts.
Yeah, she has not completed any. That's the problem with this, as a laner. If you don't get kills in lane, or you get that bottom scuttle, you don't really get stacks.
Yeah.
And stacks are a big part of her kit.
So I'm gonna go look at the vision here for both teams. Blue team has a little bit. Oh, bot lane, more partying going on. Oh, they actually got it.
Yeah, but they're gonna, like, Vayne's gonna get this here.
Wow.
Vayne can chase this too. He hasn't used Bork passive. Or active, I should say.
Yeah. So both top lane, tier 1 top turrets are down. Top lane turrets tier 1 are both down.
I feel
Oh.
like. Wow.
That was a
Oh, yeah.
late blade.
Yeah.
Well, back to your vision comments. I feel like vision's okay. It could be better on both sides though.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the one vision ward is kind of lacking. I feel like you kind of want to move up your vision a bit more and get a couple more vision wards at this point.
Oh, Diana, you shorted that Q on the Jarvan. When you're right next to somebody as Diana, you can just cast your Q all the way through them.
Yeah.
You don't have to short it on top of them.
Let's here do this. Wukong
He's
does.
gonna-
Oh, good lead Q.
Wukong has teleport up. Oh. Oh.
A Janna heal.
Nice kick.
And there's the Vayne kill.
Yeah.
So that was just a greedy Lee Sin play.
Yeah. He was styling.
Oh,
He was styling. Late Lee
So-
spotting, I think they call it.
Yeah. I felt like he could have maybe like ward hopped and then
Over the
kicked the
wall?
Jarvan. Or I don't know.
Oh,
I-
into the double. Oh, he almost got
Yeah.
a double stun there.
There's Nasus. Nasus is actually pretty big.
Oh, missed the 6
Oh.
stack.
Kindred gets a stack? Did she get a stack off that?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, Kindred
this'll-
has gotten 1 hunt done, which means her
1.5%.
attack does 1.25% of the.
This Nash is gonna get it. He's gonna get a +6. He's trying for it.
He can't get in. Uh-oh, here's the
Is he gonna go
Jarvan.
for it? Oh, the invulnerability.
Yeah. I think that's just not realizing what the champion does right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Ooh, those stacks.
I mean, he only has...
Oh, heal burnt by Vayne. That's gonna be the difference. Wow.
He almost soloed him, but
Oh!
Whoa! I'm surprised.
Almost.
I'm surprised
If
you can
only
go all
that
the way
took
back to
him
base
to-
with her.
Yeah, that would have been great if they just went to Fountain.
Surprise.
Nasus stacks are actually kind of low, but, you know, he'll get there. Yeah, apparently Vayne also auto-canceled on that Lee bot lane.
yeah. This mid push that red team's doing is very strong. They're gonna get 2 towers. Well, they might get 2 towers out of this. Oh, flash by Nasus.
Yeah, I mean, you have to there.
So I'm
I'm
not
like-
sure red team should
Oh,
fight
he
right
needs to
here,
just
but
ult. Yeah. Why are they?
Yeah,
trying
oh, and double stun on Anivia ult and Jarvan ult. Okay.
Oh, run, Janna, run! Why are you right next to her? No! Your job was done.
just
That's
this dragon comes up.
So that's an overstay by red, and then blue capitalizing, and they're gonna get dragon here.
yeah, blue capitalized, but Janna, she could have lived. She could.
She also still had ult, I think. But did she
yeah,
not
I
have
think that
mana
was just
for
a
it?
misplay. I don't think he's trying to do too
We
much.
gonna
Let's-
get the steal. Don't do it,
Yep.
bud. Don't do it.
Oh,
he got it. I mean, that actually is kind of worth, because one of red team's win conditions here is 5 dragons. Now they have 2. So while they trade over, he actually didn't smite. He got that with an auto. Okay. Okay, nothing happens there. Friendly banter. Olivia pushing this Waven. But yeah, that mid turret push was good, but they just stayed a little too long.
Yeah. I feel. What should each team be looking to do? Does one favor team fights more than the other? Is Nasus big enough to where he can kind of solo anybody who
he
goes
is
against
not.
him?
No, not at all.
He can fight off most people, but he can't solo Vayne right now.
Yeah.
Nasus is at what 243,
Yeah, he's not super
46.
farmed. No one, to be honest, no one in this game is super farmed.
Yeah.
He
except for
actually
the
is.
Vayne.
And Lee
Even-
isn't, he's coming out of the jungle.
Yeah.
So he almost has Randuin's done.
So I think with blue
Oh,
teams,
Oh, Janna.
Anna accidentally ulted.
I think blue teams should stay grouped. I think they have a really strong team fight team with a very fed Vayne.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
And that's
But Vayne
where
also
Wukong
excels in the
ult-
1v1. Diana's caught out, and she doesn't have ult because she used it. Diana's gonna get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not trying to really accomplish much in that bottom jungle there.
Meanwhile, it looks like Nasus and Lee Sin want to deny blue buff from Anivia.
I mean, this is smart. And he
Jarvan
forces
is getting
Jarvan
it.
to get it though.
So that's fine.
Yeah, Jarvan smited it.
That's important, but Anivia doesn't have it, and that's the important part.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for smiting it.
I mean, you have to there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're giving a buff over. Vayne has PD done too.
Oh, here
We-
comes Lee Sin. There's a flash
Burns the
blown by
flash.
Anivia.
Did she have?
Q?
She's got egg up. I don't know if she needed the flash there, considering he already ward hopped and he wasn't behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah, red
But-
team's taking advantage of the support being down there because of the lack of vision of blue, so they're just kind of...
Oh. Careful there, Lee. Oh, he's got a level advantage on Jarvan.
the
Good
insect.
Q again. Good insect, yeah. Yeah, Jarvan's gonna flash.
Oh.
And
Oh.
but there's Diana.
There's
And Diana gets a blue buff.
Oh wow.
So those are some good Lee Sin mechanics there.
Buff transfer complete.
I don't know where Jaina's
I don't either. Vayne's just getting a lot of free damage off.
going. Yeah.
I feel like even at this point, Wukong, nah, they should just let it go.
Yeah, no, it's
4v5.
still 4v5.
It's kind of hard. That Vayne is so
And
far
plus-
ahead, they
and-
just...
Anivia has no mana either.
Yeah, true. They don't really have anything... Well, they got mid lane to kind of gain from it.
I would like to see tier 2 boots for Jarvan at this point.
Yeah, I think
mean,
he's gonna get
or
marked now.
earlier. Yeah, he's getting mercs, but
He actually didn't get Sight Zone, he got Cleaver. I feel like if you're gonna go a 1 damage item when you're going Cinder Hulk, what is it, Titanic Hydra fills that void pretty well.
it does.
Cleaver's not bad either though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just goes along. I think I see what he's doing, kind
yeah,
of
that
going
Nasus damage.
with the armor shred of the team for the Vayne. Well,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this might be a dead Wukong.
Yep.
Yup, +6. Oh, Diana, you
curved.
missed your Q
She
again.
curved the bullet.
Yeah. Whoa, that leaf flash. Missed the Q again.
Oh.
Is she lagging?
I don't know.
Because she's gonna miss all of that.
so unfortunately, Vayne and Janna keep going bottom when there's nothing really to gain bottom.
One thing I would, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought.
I just feel like they should really take advantage of this Fed Vayne and team fight and siege the middle.
And if Vayne is gonna split push just a bit, just to push bot back out, Jaina doesn't need to babysit her. She can just throw a ward or two out there for Vayne and then be back with the team. She'll be more help with her team than split pushing with Vayne. You have to kind of trust your ADC at that point.
Agreed.
A laning phase is over. You got to be trying to get vision for your whole team, not just protecting the ADC.
Like, Vayne can 1v1 still just about anybody,
Yeah.
except maybe Diana if Diana hits Q.
Yeah.
Because she almost has her Ludens done here. We saw Abyssal into Ludens this game. Pretty strong build. Gonna have a lot of upfront burst. Probably should think about Zonias after that, though. Might not be a death cap game. At least not yet.
I think they're gonna lose this advantage on the mid. Oh, I see. So Kindred going in, Janna ult. Just the team is just not there again. They're fighting Nasus
Yeah.
over on the bot lane,
I am like
Yeah,
5
that's
seconds
good.
behind you guys.
and now it's gonna be a 2v5 or 2v4.
And there's Kindred.
Oh, she's all
Good.
Wow, great play
Wow.
by Leona coming over the wall there.
Could have hit that all a little bit better though.
And now Wukong's top lane split pushing.
How did Red Team
Wukong has
respond?
TP though.
Yeah.
Like he could come in and collapse on this, but
Looks
Red
like
Team's
he
just back
might,
and go
at
Dragon.
this point, he's better off just taking that turret.
Yeah, like Red Team needs to go back and get Dragon. I think Kindred can solo it actually. Okay, here comes this Wukong TP.
Oh. Interesting.
And it reset. Oh, Kindred.
Wow. Oh! The flash
That's
to
burnt
secure it.
flash.
This is turning into a
Just a bloodbath.
AHQ game.
Yeah.
Just mayhem everywhere.
So Wukong pushed to top lane, but then teleported. I guess he got a kill, but just
I don't know if I agree with Nasus.
No, you want to take that tower. Nasus with
his
what?
item build.
No, Ice-One's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay, because look at what
He has
he's
no
have to.
health.
Not yet. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. Maybe he should have gotten like some health in there, but you have to think his ult also covers that. And right now, the only fed one on their team is Vayne.
Yeah.
And if he can get onto Vayne and then just get one Q proc off, Vayne's not going to get away at that point between Wither and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he should be looking for something like Randuin probably at this point.
Yeah, he needs some.
Randuin's or Deadman's Plate actually, for more ability to close distance as
Yeah,
Nasus.
either of those would be good. They're like,
And
it's
then
kind of
gets-
funny. Merc Treads with any high health item is actually pretty decent against any.
Yeah, and then he should look at something like maybe a Banshee's Veil.
I feel
and
like
then
Blue
maybe-
Team could win a 4v4.
for sure.
Nasus isn't there.
If
Wukong
Nasus
Nasus is
there.
way overextended. They could just have,
Collapse
like,
on him.
three on one. They could take him down while
got
Anubis stays
vision.
middle.
He's got vision right now though, so
They need Vayne to kill him though. I feel
and yeah, like he can just wither somebody and he can
Wither's
can 2v1.
down. He's dead.
like.
Yeah, he's
And
going
then-
to die, but look, they're gonna lose mid for it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wukong just needs to back
yeah,
right
just
now.
take it.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Shauna should have stayed middle.
Yeah, they didn't all, and they just get mid for it.
So in that situation, when you have the Nasus extended like that, you can send 3 to kill and then leave 2 middle so you don't leave a turret,
Yeah.
lose a turret. And then once you do that, since you don't have extended vision, you need to back and then step ward up.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So they end up getting mid, which opens up the map a lot.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice
good
command.
shot.
Wow.
Yup. Didn't even bother burning black there.
I'm not sure. Red has 3 people bot lane.
I don't know why this 3 bot. They might give up 2 here actually,
They could very well.
because they don't have any wave flare.
Yeah, and the wave just hit the tower again. Yeah, they're definitely gonna get this.
Lee's
Or
gonna try and get a.
They could go on Lee now. He's,
Kindred's backing. Like,
Oh, missed the Q.
yep.
the
Whoa.
kick almost back the right way.
So this
Good
Vayne is
Leona
just
ult.
shredding through him.
Yup.
If that egg
Vayne.
pops, though, I think
Oh,
they can
great.
still turn it. If she
Yeah.
has egg up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Kindred wasn't there, Diana wasn't there, they don't have any damage. And Nasus just got kited. Oh, going in.
They can do something here. Maybe even rotate top at this point.
There's not a wave. I mean, the wave's coming in, but they're all really low. It's better to back.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. I like that too. Maybe shove into the tower and then back.
Like Wukong can shove this in. Diana has Luden, so she wave clears pretty well now with her Q.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that you remind me of that. So when you do take good objectives, have a good team fight, get some kills. Don't overextend and then lose it all. Back, heal up, get more ward control, and then prepare for those bigger objectives like Baron and more turrets.
Because if you look, all their vision controls around mid lane when they just pushed up. Diana needs to reset her sightstone, and now they can go and worry about Dragon in 2 minutes.
Yeah, good play.
Yep. Diana's gonna get blue here.
And well, they could take it early. They could take a Baron. They have a pretty high Baron threat with Vayne.
Bane.
So
just Bane.
just Vayne.
Bane and Jinx are very good at taking early Barons.
The Heimer.
Oh, I guess Heimer is too, but
That's so.
that's
It's a trigger pick.
Oh, Janna. What?
Oh.
Wait. Janna trying to solo the Baron.
I don't know. So, this Nasus is pushing up again with only 1 ward, and
He's
he
got
goes,
no vision here.
he does that ward every time. I'm not quite sure that's the best way to
think-
do that.
Try and fight this.
They need one more. They can't fight him by themselves.
No, they can't.
No, he's just gonna 1v2.
Yeah.
They need 3, for sure.
They needed 3.
And now they're gonna get a dragon.
So I mean,
they're gonna
what's the
lose.
idea?
They're gonna lose the tier 2 top tower.
Yeah,
Nasus
might-
will just keep
because
pushing.
now they're putting pressure mid lane. Vayne's not there. They actually just saw Vayne.
I really think they can only kill Nasus if Vayne is there.
100%.
I mean, even if Anivia was there, he would have been dead. But you need 3.
Oh, Janna caught out.
Janna Diablo. Okay, there we go.
But not Janna either. Or maybe Janna would have helped, but I think it still would have been close.
Oh, Nasus. If they show, they should 100% just run dragon.
Yeah.
Lee don't back. Lee don't back.
She doesn't have He doesn't have
Good
ulti, so
QSS.
I think she can do it.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
you
it-
got it easy. But they need to go dragon. This is your 4th dragon.
Yeah,
go
it's-
dragon. You're
like,
not gonna get
Anivia
turret.
has the wave clear. They don't have.
Yeah,
can't
there they
keep
go.
up
They're
with
pinging it
Anivia
late,
wave
but
clear.
also did they not get? Okay, they saw that pink. I was like, did they not see that?
Ward glitch remake.
Oh,
That was so funny. There's a ward in the Baron pit, but you can't see it.
so they get 4th dragon. So now dragon 5 is real consideration.
It burns.
Let's see. So where does each team need to go from here?
Well, right now Red just has to stall out and force 5th dragon.
Yeah.
Let Nasus keep splitting. He's got the Storts, so he can split push with TP. Probably send him top lane again, and just keep control of bot side jump.
And if
See,
they
the thing
throw
is-
3 at him, they just go straight to Dragon.
Yeah, but you can't make this play yet because
Right.
Dragon doesn't spawn for another 4 minutes. So they should do the reverse of that, which is what they're doing. Send Nasus bot lane, have him split here, and if they show more than 2 bot lane, just force Baron.
Yeah.
Kindred right now with passive, with Vork passive and hers, does 13% of current HP
That's
damage,
quite a bit.
which is a lot.
Yeah.
So she's,
But I feel
Also-
like Blue is gonna look for a fight right here.
yeah, like they
Which
need
they
to back
should.
off. Diana, you need to be careful not to get pinned against the wall.
It's 3 versus 5.
Looks like Lee Sin went top to push it back out. That's something
I mean-
the team needs to keep in
I mean-
mind. Both teams need
Oh,
to keep
here
in
we
mind.
go. Oh, that's done? Really?
Yeah, right.
So now Nasus is
Oh, that Janna ulti. Save. Guys, peel for your team, peel for your team.
Yeah, Nasus is here by
That
himself.
was so funny. Vayne got the condemn on the Jarvan wall and then on the Anivia wall.
Yeah, I didn't think that one hit on the driving wall, but I guess it did. Yeah. So Lee, you can't split off by your team.
This is
From-
definitely should take a mid turret
just
here.
take the mid
Yeah,
turret.
stop
What are they
facing the
doing?
lane.
Yeah, this is 100% take mid. You can get an inhibitor out of this.
Yeah, there's no reason to chase. Oh, Kindred. And Lee should not be looking for a kill here.
Blue might get sucked into it not backing because if they don't back, they risk losing
There's
Baron.
nothing else they can take right now. Both of their lanes are pushing back towards. Both side lanes are pushing back towards them. So
Yeah.
they need to throw some wards on Baron as they retreat, but there's nothing for them here.
I feel like Red could even take Baron here, especially if
they might
Vayne
be able
shows
to.
If
bottom.
Vayne shows bot, they could rush it.
Yeah. And just have Nasus be the. Does he have TP?
Yep,
He
there's the
used
things.
TP.
This is Jarvan dead. Yeah, that's Baron 100%.
Yep, they just need to start it now. Go, 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 go.
And Kindred gets 5th back. Yeah, Kindred actually is very good at taking Baron too with Vork and whatever. Yeah, this is a mistake by Vayne. You can't show that late,
Yeah.
this
think
late
it's
in the
kinda-
game.
It's kind of everybody because I think they all should have just backed, healed,
This-
and then go get Blue
But
once
this
you're
is,
fully
this
healed.
is what happens though. This is a bad TP.
Yeah.
But this is what happens after you go low and take inhib. There's always potential for counter Baron. Jarvan just couldn't take that scuttle there.
Yeah.
You see it happen a lot.
And if you're
Yeah.
like afraid the enemy team's gonna rush Baron after you take inhib, this might seem a bit more complicated than you can pull off in solo queues. Like just send 1 or 2 people back at first.
Yep, stagger
Or back
backs.
Stagger backs, but that's really that it's really hard.
Oh, Lee gets the red, but he needs to not die here. Also, Dragon should be up in about 2 something. Red team should be really worried
Red team
about
should
that.
probably push out mid and bot and try to focus on grabbing this next dragon. Nasus does not have teleport up.
Diana should go buy her Zonias now. She's sitting on 1.4. Zonias is really important right now. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a Battle Arena game I casted last week where somebody was also really high in kills and assists, but the other team was pushing objectives.
So
This
it looks
Vayne
like
is huge.
they're gonna be focusing top and mid. I mean, they can focus.
Oh, there's a
They can
stun.
push out mid,
Oh,
but
Leon's
I don't think they can take mid.
No, they can't push, and Leona has to be more careful than that. Also, there's
Top
a
and
Z.
bot would have been better targets. Oh wow, that's
Wow.
Whoa!
Oh, and Vayne gets another pop. Yep, this is...
Oh my goodness.
He's
Diana
gonna
didn't
kill
buy.
Kindred
The
They're
here.
gonna
team
give
is
him
so
Dragon.
split up.
Yeah. And Vayne's just gonna...
My, the crit. So no,
they
they
could-
don't need to chase
they could
right
win,
now. Or I guess
but-
they can just go up and maybe
Base and
win.
then push up bottom. They have a huge
I
wave
don't know
bottom.
if they can win, but yeah, they can push up bot and take some
They can grab
towers.
them.
So this is red team making a ton of mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
they just needed to go and ward for Dragon.
Lee Sin's gonna. I would have ran the other way
I
to
don't-
create time. Yeah, there you go.
Vayne's gonna
Good.
cut him off.
And this you.
This is wasting so much time. This is
He is.
exactly
but,
what
but
red
there's no
needs.
objective up.
Bot tower maybe. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my
Wow.
god.
Ghana with style points.
Wow.
And he got the...
See,
Yeah,
instead
no.
of doing all that, they should have just pressed the
Push
whole
it.
entire wave
Yup.
the entire time. But
Oh,
so instead of getting inhib, they don't get anything.
Yep. But Leona got caught, and then it
Yeah.
just...
Yeah, I think what Leona was trying to do is she's trying to go in
they're
and
gonna
lock
go
Vayne
take
down,
Drake right now, which is a really, really good idea.
Well, yeah, they have
preventing
control.
the 5th dragon. Vayne's got that QSS, and you're gonna
Yeah.
need more than one person to lock
And
it down.
Leona's dead again.
Look at this zoning by Anivia. This is ridiculous.
So this is just a poor
Holy
decision by
crap.
Leona. You can't walk up there. You have no vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a ward,
Tie game.
but
Gold wise.
how much damage does she have?
So Jarvan should drop that wall right when Vayne condemns into it.
And Vayne's dead. Or Diana's dead.
Oh.
Nope, okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, Kindred shows up.
Yep. There's a Janna ult.
Did she
feel
get
like
a
they can
full
con-
charge off of it, or?
So if you look top lane right now, it's got a huge wave. I think blue team can stay bottom, continue pushing, maybe even switch middle to take that inhibitor, or continue pushing bottom, because that top lane's gonna take out that tower.
Yeah.
Agreed. Oh, Bentley's.
Ward coverage is really weak right now for both teams.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's a good point.
Especially look at blue team. They have triple upgraded trinket
Yeah.
and sightstone.
Yeah. Like they have like the whole top side ward, but they don't. They
Whoa, Lee. Oh, that was really bad.
The
idea.
pot-
Good kick, but you shouldn't have gone in on the Janna. Because that's just giving a kill over for no reason.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yep, that wave takes top turret.
Looks like they're trying to decide if they want to keep pushing bot or take that inhib.
Inhib could be, I mean, either way.
They're
I like
a
the
little
inhib.
low on resources, like at least Anivia is, but
Oh wow, the great wombo combo.
Yo.
Oh my gosh,
well,
that
good.
condemn.
Help the Vayne, help the Vayne, help the Vayne. Oh,
Oh man,
That's
that game.
the CC from the different.
Or wait, it
Vayne
might
had like
be game.
20 different walls to condemn from this whole game, just like
Yeah.
Anivia wall, Jarvan wall. Oh.
Oh, Kindred
Oh.
gets the shutdown. I expect a worse type in chat. GG, easy.
So this is all like useless. Just take the towers.
Yeah, like you guys should actually not be fighting here, just because.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen games lost like this. I've lost games like this.
me too.
I've certainly lost games like this.
Just end the game.
Lee Sin is fighting minions. I like it.
Well, yeah.
No, I know. I see what I know.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be able to end it.
Pretty bloody
What
game though.
Wukong really
Oh,
needs...
here's a Diana. She doesn't have any damage though.
Yeah,
She has some, but not enough to
and that's
finish
game.
this one out.
They close it
Alright.
out. Wow. Whew, a little bit of back
Bruin.
and forth affair, but pretty awesome. View advanced details. Oh yeah, look at that gold graph.
I'm assuming it just kind of like is even and then just swings up.
It swings actually both ways,
Oh wow,
multiple
yeah.
times. Yeah.
What happened? Is this when the vein got the? Yep. Okay, so let's look at wards.
All right. Okay, so do we want to look at wards real quick? I guess
Yep, that's the plan.
this is a 42-minute game, and it's
Kind of
40
low ward counts from the supports. I mean, Leona's up there, sort of.
Yeah, Leona's at a good, okay
Lee
spot.
Sin doesn't. Lee Sin doesn't have a lot for being a sight zone jungler.
Eh,
Also, no pinks by the jungler.
yeah.
Ander, you know better.
Janna really needs to improve how many wards she puts out for that long of a game. Like Anivia outwarded you, and
She's a mid laner.
She didn't
a
have
mid
sight
laner.
stone.
Yeah. Do you guys have any advice on like where? Maybe she just doesn't know where to put wards. Like, do you have any advice on where you should be looking? Just like on where areas that could flank your team or around objectives or what?
The problem is when talking about warding, it's very situation dependent.
Mhm.
For
Yeah,
example, if
point.
we're blue team warding Baron, if we're in control of the game, we're warding differently than if we're not in control of Baron pit.
Yeah.
So it really comes down. A lot of it comes down to game knowledge. So if, for example, if I want to control Baron as blue team and we're ahead, I'm going to ward the first bush by red buff, the second bush by red buff by the golems. I'm going to try and get a ward in by where the bush is by race, and I'm also getting a pink in that pixel bush. But if I'm not in control of that Baron pit, well then I'm just trying to get vision around the pit itself. So I'm getting it on that outside wall of Baron, I'm getting it in pixel bush, and I'm getting it in river.
Yeah.
Warding is a very, it's not a cut and dry topic because there's so many ways to ward.
Mhm.
But if you're trying to siege an objective, try and get vision on your flanks around the objective.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah, that's always been my perception is like, if you're going for Dragon, ward around Dragon, switch your pink over there. If you're going for Baron, if you're going for like that mid lane push, if you see you're pushing towards the bottom, find where the choke points in and maybe get one deep ward, but don't deep ward unless you have your step ward up, and just look at what's being, what is your team looking like they're going to control next, and try and move your wards accordingly.
Yeah, like kind of some other like kind of general rules. If you're behind and the enemy team is spending more time on your side of the map, you need to keep your jungle entrances warded, and you need to start sweeping and throwing pinks in bushes like to the south of the red buff and stuff like that. So it is dependent, but it's try to just predict, I guess, where the enemy team is going to be or where they can approach from, and make sure that area is covered. But yeah. Did you want to move on to Wukong?
Sure.
You have more. I'll let the top lane.
Yeah, go ahead, Cager. You can talk a little bit about Wukong.
So in this matchup, Wukong versus Nasus, I really feel like Wukong has the edge here against Nasus on a champion level, and you saw that the early gank came in. So that's I like the way you handled that. You kept the wave kind of right there. You didn't push it right away. You just last hit, waited for your gank, and then you were patient again until the gank came back. And that was good observational play right there. I think it seems like you guys kind of communicated beforehand. And then when it comes down to lane against the Nasus, you're strong until the Nasus starts building stacks, starts completing items. So it seemed like you knew you were pretty confident in your kill potential and you were CSing okay. But then it kind of fell off in the middle of the game where you tried to go 1v1 against the Nasus and you realized he was too strong. You just got to realize, look at who you're fighting, look at their items before you do something like that. Because the Nasus will take over the power level once mid-game comes around. So just make sure you have an extra buddy helping you out when you're trying to kill that guy.
Yep.
And then as far as the team play comes into hand, Wukong is a very team fight oriented champion. He can turn bad team fights into amazing team fights. So when you have a strong team fight composition like this, look for those team fights. Look for that mid game tower push. Look for that mid game dragon take team fight, because your ult can turn like I said, a bad team fight into a good one.
That covers it, I think. Tuco, do you have anything to add?
Not really. I'm a noob in the terms of top
Yeah.
lane.
Well, I mean, I did elo boosties.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You know, you know how it goes.
Bans Inc. You guys can't play in OGN anymore.
I guess I'll have to turn down my SKT offer here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Speaking of SKT, let's look at some Piglet Vayne here.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty good
Those-
overall play throughout the whole thing. I can't think of anything.
I think there were a couple times where you over chased and you ended up getting the kill anyway, but there was times it's like, alright, you don't really need to chase that. Oh, you're chasing it. Oh, well, you got the kill anyway. Kind of moments where like, the main one I remember is the Lee Sin chase right at the end of the game. It's like, guys, you could have taken another inhib or something. Just ignore the Lee Sin. I think that just generally goes as advice for
most of the team.
people playing in when you get later in the games. Don't bother chasing that extra champion when there's a wave there and you can just shove that wave up and take more objectives and end the game. Because you can have a shitty KDA and win the game. I'm an example of this. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. You're kiting pretty well. Your QSS was on point for the most part.
Yep.
I didn't really see a bad use of that either.
The only mistake that stood out to me was going bot lane late in the game, right after you took
Yeah,
inhib, and
when they gave
allowed
it Baron.
Red team to take Baron basically without any contesting.
Agreed.
It's a hard decision to make because as an AD carry, I see that, all those red spots and I'm like, oh, that gold. But you have to realize that Baron can cause a lot of damage to your game.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Indeed.
Moving on to Jarvan. His item build is alright.
I would have loved to see. I don't see people build Sightstone on non-Lee Sin champions enough. I would love to see Sightstone more on those guys.
Sightstone would have been a good option. Upgrading boots a tad bit earlier would have been another good option just because you're needed across the entire map.
Yep.
I like the early aggro, that double gank on top. I mean, it's kind of...
Why wouldn't you do that?
it's cheesy, but you had a plan, and you made it work, and then you successfully were able to farm after that. Watch out for invades once you do that, though.
Yeah.
So
As we saw, Lee just kind of took the red after that, so it ended up being an even buff start. But yeah, just be careful. He could have killed you if he saw you at raids.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job deciding when to ult, I think.
The only thing I would say is get Sweeper instead.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the sweeper.
I like Sweeper more on that champion.
I think he did a good job on going in, but then I saw on a few occasions he'd go in, but then he'd also kite back and then do EQ combo back to peel for Vayne. I felt like that was a very good awareness play too, not only going in and trying to catch somebody, but also kind of peeling back.
Yeah, I'll have much more to offer. Jarvan, he provided a lot of good early game pressure, kept up with Lee Sin. Did choose to duel Lee Sin, I think, when they're both level 3 or 4. When they were
Yeah,
both
that
on
was
Scuttle.
a poor decision.
You're not gonna win that against Lee Sin.
Well, like, there's like 2 or 3 jungle champions that can duel Lee Sin. Jarvan's not one of
Yeah,
them.
Jarvan's not. So, just something to keep in mind.
Unless you have a pretty big health lead, but even then. But we can move on to
Anivia.
India. I mentioned it in Champ Select. I definitely think TP's better on Anivia. Not only just because it's more meta right now, but very mana reliant. It helps her get back to lane faster after she, has to go back get her catalyst or tier or whatever. But also it gives you some neat little tricks if you start, channeling TP right before you go into egg form. It continues the TP through that.
Yeah.
It's a nice little escape tool if you need it. It provides a lot of utility for the team. If you watched any of the games today, you saw a lot of double TP with Anivia kind of coming in and walling off some people. Wasn't needed this much. Vayne and Janna was doing fine on their own, but just something to think about. And it's pretty standard slow build path for Anivia, nothing to say about it. But you bought some tanks. Probably you upgraded your trinket so you didn't buy as many wards, but you still should have placed. Oh no, you did pretty good warding.
Well,
so
yeah.
Yep, I don't really have anything else to add. Nice job with the walls setting up Vayne though in zone control. Move on to the Jannas, Hugo.
Yeah, I could actually talk. I feel like they may not have been as well.
First.
Not that much experience on Janna, but they did an okay job keeping Vayne alive in lane. Like you saw Leona, like those were good. She had some good tornadoes in there. I saw a good lane play, basically allowing Vayne to farm, making sure she stayed alive. Every time Leona went in to go for a kill, it never really worked out. One thing that I could really work on is when to use your ult, and I can't really tell you exactly when you should use it, but maybe just go back through the replay and just look at each team fight you used it or didn't use it, but it was ready to use. Just try to think, because Janna ult is super situational unless you're just like we're in full retreat mode, just get them away. But in every other case, it's like, oh, should I ult now to isolate someone from the enemy team, or should I, get in a spot where I can ult for the full channel and provide my team with health? So try to go back and just pause before each team fight and try to think, when should I ult, why should I ult, I guess. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
No. I like that you got Zeke's. That was a good decision. I mean, your Vayne was obviously carrying, just help your Vayne carry more.
Yeah.
Same with the Mikhail's pick.
I guess Stalker noticed that there were a lot of pointless tornadoes in lane.
I agree. I saw a couple of those too.
Yeah. Especially early on, her tornado costs a ton of mana, so you really had to be kind of selective with that. Have a purpose for your tornado, I guess. It sounds like a lot of philosophical stuff, but hey, it's supports. It's about being philosophical and protecting your teammates, I guess. But yeah, try to make sure each ability has a purpose when you use it, I guess. Try to have a reason behind it. And I guess we could apply that to warding too. Try to figure out where your team is going, what the next objective is, and ward around it so that your team can take it safely. But yeah, because your ward output needs to be put up a lot more.
Yeah, by double.
Yeah. I think that's basically all I have to say, really. If anybody else
Yep, I
wants to
agree.
add anything.
Okay, we can move on to Kindred. I want to talk about build really quick.
Mhm.
I don't think Kindred's a crit-oriented champion, so I think don't really want to shy towards IE or TD.
Okay.
Because of your passive, if you have decent amount of stacks on it, you want to prioritize some sort of armor penetration and just attack speed to get more procs of it in, because it does do a lot of damage. So I could see going something we used to see on Vayne sometimes, which is like fork into Ghostblade, get that extra armor pen in there into something like Last Whisper, and then like a BT just lifesteal tank essentially, and then your passive will do all the work for you.
Yep.
But maybe that's something to consider if you're gonna keep trying to play ADC Kindred. You had a couple good ults. Other times they were just kind of meh. Not really a better way to put that.
Yeah.
It was. I don't really know how I feel about ADC Kindred yet, so
We'll find
played
out.
Played it well, except you fell behind lane real early,
Mhm.
and the Vayne just kind of
I
decided to.
think she had an advantage CS wise early on just because they were pushed up so often. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I can't really offer that much advice for the champion until I actually play them.
Agreed. I don't really have much to say about that. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah.
Can talk about Lee Sin then, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Item wise, I like your item build for the most part.
Yeah, build's fine.
It was hard to
You-
find places to gank. I feel like early on for Lee Sin.
Good job finding that kill in river though against the
Yeah.
Jarvan. You were trying to provide pressure where you could, and that was skirmishing with Jarvan, just helping out top lane, get back in the game. I remember that when
Yeah.
you came top lane to help get the Wukong kill. Early on, you had some nice Lee Sin plays, but as the game got later and later, it seems you were forcing a lot more and trying to make plays that weren't there.
Mhm.
And you also split top lane once, and your team got caught out, so it was just better for you. Especially, you need to be with your team more, then that wave needed to be cleared out. So, especially as a jungler too, you can't show like that. We say that a lot, just stick with your team when the game gets later, unless you are a split pusher with TP up.
Yeah.
You weren't a split pusher with TP up, so. But good job getting a sight stone on Lee. I know some junglers don't, but you did it. Help provide some vision. And you did have that nice dragon steal. I'll give you props on that one.
Yep, that was really nice. Yeah, you saw a good individual play, just a little bit more working around of trying to find what you're like, because I think they had Nasus pushing top and they were pushing mid, and then like everything kind of went to crap. Like they all scattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much he could. That was more of a team problem. I don't know if there's anything he could have done to prevent that, but that was just a weird sequence of events that I think really turned the game around. But, yeah. I don't really have much else to say.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nasus.
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 Oh,
Uh,
Nasus.
You should have seen that repeat gank coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
I mean,
sucks.
It's rough because you shoved up and the lane would have been frozen, but at that point you need to back and get a ward and kind of.
Or if you have one in for your trinket, like need to
Yeah.
use that to put in that
So-
trash.
Yeah, and then just if he just try to freeze, just ask Lee Sin to come help push the lane in. That's one of the things you can do. Just ask your jungler to help push lane in so it resets.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to do that. But then you kind of came back, but then there are also some questionable decisions about when you were coming in. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard because you were big, but you weren't big enough to where you could, duel the Nasus and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this, so I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here, but I saw him do this 4 times.
Okay.
And when you're playing that, I guess they were red side, and you're pushing top lane, and you push past the first tower, you kept warding by their blue
Oh,
bush,
yeah.
and you kept warding along that wall in between so like the blue, you have the blue, and then you have the left
Right.
turret, and then right in the middle, he warded in between the turret and the blue. And it puts you at a weird position right there, and you got caught like twice. One time you died, one time you got a double kill, 1v2. But it's just like it's such a risky position to put yourself in, especially when you don't have other wards. I would kind of go back through the bush on top of the Gromp, and then go that way, and maybe ward
Yeah. And
to get a better vision.
if you want to look at better places to ward, not only that, you can also look back at the replay and see where the enemy came up to get you. You can see what routes they took, and you can just use that knowledge and take that and.
A little bit of a breakup for me.
Oh, sorry.
Right
Yeah. Look at the replay and look at where the enemy walked to get to you, so you have a better idea of where they walk through in their own jungles, so you can put your wards there.
That's a good point.
Alright. Diana. I play a lot of Diana. I can talk about this.
All right.
This is not a fun lane for you at all. So what you can look to do is you're missing a lot of CS in lane. You just got to work on that. That's knowing when to walk up and last hit. That's knowing how to cast your Qs to maximize getting multiple CS, things like that. Also upgrade your trinket. It'll keep you safe in lane, because I know you lost a lot of CS around level 4 and 5 because you had to burn flash from a Jarvan gank, and you just didn't have any ward vision. Buy more wards, upgrade your trinket, that'll prevent that kind of thing. But when you have a lane that you can't necessarily kill, it's best to look at other lanes and roam. So if you could have roamed down bot a little bit earlier, maybe you could have counteracted that Vayne snowball. If you roam top, maybe get that Nasus rolling even harder. You have to look at other lanes and then just kind of eliminate those threats and then worry about the Anivia.
Yeah.
Build's fine. I like Abyssal in this. If you're just gonna sit in lane, Abyssal's fine. And then to Ludens gives you that burst potential. You kind of went in at some awkward times or just got caught out by the Vayne a lot. You gotta be aware of where those walls are and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's about all I have to add for that. I think you actually got an early pot too. Let's see. Yeah, don't necessarily go for that. That's a really early elixir of sorcery. Maybe worry about getting another amp tome or something there instead of that at 20 minutes. It's a little early for that. You need to be working on items and wards rather than getting that small boost for 3 minutes. And if you want to take the last one, Tuco, for the Leonas.
Yeah. Give me a second here. I'm trying to I didn't notice anything egregious, but at the same time, you shouldn't end up with 10 deaths and only 4 assists when your team has 20 kills.
Yeah, there's something wrong with
so
that.
There's something I'm trying to put my finger on it, and like I said, nothing stood out to me right away, but I could have just missed a lot of it.
She was dying a lot before even getting anything off. She was getting caught out a lot.
Yeah. That's the bad thing about Leona, is that she can go in, but she can't get out, and she can't kite backwards at all.
And when she's behind, it's really hard to
It's really
not get instantly blown up.
So I'm trying to think of ways to help you out with that. One is you gotta close on those kills bot lane. I would guess some of that is just inexperience with laning with a Kindred, as to knowing how much damage potentially you have and when's a good time to go in. So, I mean, I'm not going to blame you for all of that. That was like a two-person deal. She put a lot of wards, right? That was a good thing. Yeah, she had 45 wards. 2 pinks is a little low for that length of game. Up it a bit more. 9 wards destroyed, that's okay. More than anybody else in the game, though, so props on that. So your vision control was alright. It's just, yeah, Leona, you're either in or you're not in, and when you are in, you stay there. And it's hard to hard to survive. It's hard to get in when you have an Anivia, Jarvan, and Wukong in your way when you're trying to get to Vayne. The items are fine too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just maybe try to pick your spots a bit more. Wait until you see you have a numbers advantage, because you're behind. You shouldn't be engaging a 5v5. I don't know if you ever did that. I like I said, I didn't notice, but there were a couple times you got caught out. So you have to be, especially in Leona, be aware you're positioning against someone like Anivia who can wall you off, or if you can get picked off by Vayne condemning you. You really have to pick your moments where you're aggressive and in front of your team. Either that, or if you're behind, and if you personally are behind and can't engage without dying, you might just need to rely on the Lee Sin or Nasus to be the front line, and use the Leona to either peel or to pick out Vayne when she decides to go in for a kill, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And do you guys have anything else you want to add?
No, I was looking at the numbers here, and blue team, their assists are just high all the way across the board, whereas the red team assists are kind of low all the way across the board.
Yeah.
And it's hard because, you know, you may have a strong champion, but it didn't just seem that the red team was clicking on team fights.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was just maybe players or champions or what's going on, but the Leona thing too, a lot of deaths with low assists kind of seems like you're trying to engage something, but maybe not necessarily your teammates are on the same page or they're not prepared to do so. So, I don't know, I kind of like to, if I'm playing support, I'm going in, I'm spamming the pings, I'm telling people, hey, I'm going to go here and ward, and kind of maybe not necessarily specifically for this game, but spice up the communication a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, there wasn't really that much communication going on between the team. They were disorganized when they had a Baron buff in advantage. One thing I guess they should recognize as a team is that they don't have the wave clear to keep up with Anivia's, even if they do have Baron. So they need to utilize between bouncing mid and bot, pushing both of them alternately while Nasus is split pushing top. And when you see them take 3 people to take him out, that's when you have to tower dive, I guess, with your Baron enhanced minions. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it's just an idea, I guess.
Yeah, what do you guys think on the Targon Face of the Mountain versus Coin on Leona?
She needs face.
Targon's the better on Leona.
She needs it. Yeah.
Provides more utility for her. If she wants engage from like that, she can get Righteous Glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Righteous Glory is nice.
Yep. Alright. Do you guys have anything else to add to the game overall?
Yeah, it was a good
I
game.
think we covered most of it, yeah.
Alright. So with that said, guys, thank you very much for playing with us in Battle Arena. We really appreciate it. We hope you learned or took something away from this to help you get better. You can always contact us in-game. I'm Ugly Tuco at Santana Champagne. That's
Cager.
Cager.
Hey.
And I believe, what is our email? 24's feedback?
Back at Trinity at Word Podcast.
Well, if you
If
go
I
to
can't even-
trinityforcenetwork.com and check out our fancy semi-working website, you might be able to find it.
Feedback at Trinity Force Podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. And also we have a subreddit,
.com.
reddit.com/r/tforcenetwork. I'm always hanging out in there, checking to see what people post. And I know that Adam and a ton of other guys on the podcast check it like every couple hours. So if you post in there, you will easily get a response. It's pretty cool. With that said, I think we're going to close down the stream for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is me, Ugly Tuco, Santana Champagne, and Cager.
Perfect.
We'll get it eventually.
I'll get used to it. But thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.